Good evening. Welcome to day one of the 2025 Gryphons Fall Quad Meet. I'm going to get started in a few seconds here with the men's 50-yard freestyle. We'll have two heats of the event. Swimmers for the first heat are in the pool now. They are off. First length of the pool. Return by the first swimmer, head back. Looks like that's going to be a victory for lane 3. See final times coming in here. The first swimmer touching the wall, 33.92. And a close race for second. Touching the wall on 42.16 and 45.85. That I believe is Jules Voorhees with the win in lane 3. With Aiden Roney and Dylan Pivoy winning second and third respectively. We'll have 4 swimmers here in the second heat. We have Ben Berkson, Henry Sees, Zach Polsky, and Connor Saul. Now, about halfway down the length, we got a close race in the third and fourth lanes here. See Sees and Polsky both making the turn. Neck and neck heading down to touch the final wall. It looks like it's Sees pulling ahead, and he is going to touch the wall, finishing 37.45. Polsky behind at 39.71. Connor Saul in third place, 43.72. And Ben Berkson finishing up here as the fourth and final finisher in the 50 freestyle. Now we're getting into the women's 400-yard medley relay. Swimmers from all 4 schools taking the pool here. Sarah Lawrence will be in lane 4 as Eads, Bay, Talma, and Macker all take the pool. FIT in lane 2, Baruch's in lane 3 and 5, Sarah Lawrence, as I said, in lane 4, and Lehman in lane 6. And they're off. Strong early push from Baruch and Sarah Lawrence as they head down to touch the wall for the first time. Good turns from both competitors in lanes 2 and 3 and 4, excuse me. Lehman in lane 6 and FIT in lane 2, close in third place. First 2 swimmers for Sarah Lawrence and Baruch still neck and neck after making 2 whole passes of the pool. They both push off, heading back. Eads and Baruch's Caitlin Chavez still neck and neck. as they head back towards the starting point. Second swimmer's up for both teams, getting ready to dive in. FIT's Paige Powell has taken third place from Lehman's Patricia Soriano, and both Sarah Lawrence and Baruch divers head into the pool. It's going to be Cordelia Bay for Sarah Lawrence and Elise Alexander for Baruch. Alexander built up a small lead as she touches the wall and heads back. Still FIT and Lehman battling in third. FIT a bit ahead as Baruch's B relay team jumps in to start their second swimmer. Alexander has taken a decently sized lead for Baruch as she turns back after completing her first full lap of the pool. Bay does the same, following behind. Lily Flanagan for FIT has built a notable lead and put the team in third place. Alexander in her final stretch here for Baruch heading back. Bay doing the same now. Kira Chen for Baruch about to dive into the pool as Alexander just now finishes her split. Bay about to touch the wall as senior Kaylani Talma jumps in. Chen finishes her first lap for the Bearcats. Talma making her way down the pool, touches and turns. Talma, an all-conference swimmer. Fantastic senior for Sarah Lawrence, frequenter of the record books. Third swimmer for Baruch's B relay team, Sophia Lango, jumps in. Chen still ahead by a quarter of a pool length on Talma as Talma now heads back. Ashley Leal getting ready to jump in for Baruch. It's their fourth and final swimmer in the event. And she is in. Meanwhile, Julia Macker getting ready to do the same for Sarah Lawrence as Talma finishes. Macker into the pool. FIT's Antonina Dudek finishing up her 2 laps here as teammate Isabel Marshall gets ready to swim the last leg of the relay for FIT. Leo for Baruch starting her final 2 passes of the pool. Macker close behind. And Baruch's B relay team jumping in for their last swimmer. Nice turn there by Leal as she starts her last run of the pool. Macker does the same. And it looks like Leal is going to seal the win for the Bearcats, finishing with a time of 4 minutes, 26.19 seconds. Sarah Lawrence behind, 4 minutes, 29.5 seconds. And Lehman's fourth and final swimmer dives in. For the Lightning. And it looks like Marshall is going to finish up for FIT, securing a third place finish, 4 minutes, 53.12 seconds. Now Baruch's B relay team, anchored by Kristen Zhao, is coming to the finish line here, taking fourth place, 5 minutes, 10.54 seconds. And the Lightning are finishing up here as Mariela Nunez anchors the 400 medley relay for the Lightning. And Nunez touches the wall, 5 minutes, 36.12 seconds. So again, that's Baruch taking first place with a time of 4:26. Sarah Lawrence in second, time of 4:29. FIT taking third with a time of 4:53. Now we head on to the men's 400-yard relay, where we have got a quartet of Bearcats taking the pool. 4 relay teams from Baruch. Now the seed times have the first 3 teams within 5 seconds of each other, so not a sure thing to be certain. We'll have 16 different Bearcats taking the pool for this event. The A team consists of Tenzin Gurun, Daniel Vasilkov, Ramil Feingersh, and Lucas Vasquez. So we'll see if that quartet can hold off teammates from 3 other relay teams. They can add to their 400-yard women's medley relay victory. It's going to be lanes 3 and 4 neck and neck here. Lane 3 is the team's A relay team. Lane 4 is the B relay. We have the C relay in lane 2 and the D in lane 5. Slight lead here for the B team in lane 4, although still neck and neck as the second swimmers for all 4 squads ready to enter the pool. Ahead by under 0.3 of a second. The close race at the top. All 4 teams within 3 seconds of each other. The A relay team takes the lead after Daniel Vasilkov's first run. Him and teammate Jordan Lynn, who's in lane 4. Still close as they head back down the pool for their second lap. C team's Greg Terentiev in lane 2 in 3rd place, and Joshua Cheria in 4th in the far lane. Vasilkov makes a turn, heading back, getting ready for teammate Ramil Feingersh to enter the pool as Michael Guzman gets ready to jump in for the B team. Feingersh now in, starting the 3rd relay for the Bearcats. Powering down the lane here, already making his first turn at the wall. His teammate in lane 3 doing the same. Sorry, lane 4, and in lane 2, heading back the other way as well. Vasilkov, about a third of a pool lead on teammate Lynn. Heading back as the next group of swimmers ready themselves to dive in. And they're off. The A relay team showing why they've earned the distinction. Getting ready to finish out the event here. B team a little under half pool behind. And the C relay team now touching the wall and heading back towards the start line. We got Lucas Vasquez here in lane 3, looking to finish off a strong swim. And Alex Boyarski doing the same in lane 4. Vasquez touches with a time of 3 minutes, 38.10 seconds. Second relay team finishing with 3 minutes, 46.37. C relay, 3 minutes, 52 seconds. And in lane 5, wrapping up the event, the D relay team finishing with a time of just over 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 2.75 seconds. So close first lap in lanes 3 and 4 between the A and B relay teams, but the A relay team pulls away for a roughly 8-second victory. Now we'll have some Gryphons return to the pool. We have the 500-yard freestyle coming up. This will have 2 heats, both containing Gryphons. The first, Baruch, Selma, Yaramilo. In lane 2, Jocelyn Engel from Sarah Lawrence in lane 3, and Juliet Delap in lane 4. The second heat will have Baruch Sophia Languel in lane 2, Sarah Lawrence's Ava Greengrass in lane 3, Baruch's Ashley Leal in lane 4, and Sarah Lawrence's Olivia Huey in lane 5. So once again, we have Engel and Delap in lanes 3 and 4 respectively for the Gryphons. As they kick off the 500 freestyle, teammates Hannah Drum and Julia Mack are down here on the end, helping let them know how many laps they have left in this distance event. And they're in. Delap with a brief advantage here. All 3 swimmers neck and neck. Delap actually one of the many multi-sport athletes here at Sarah Lawrence. Played on our softball team here 2 years ago. Much respect to all of the student athletes who can devote themselves to multiple sports on top of all clubs and academics and ensembles and all of the hats that they wear. 3 swimmers still close together after the first full lap. Looks like the Bearcats have a brief lead as Jaramillo takes the turn, heads back. Engel and Delap neck and neck in second and third. As we cross the 1 minute mark here. Still a lot of swimming left to go, both today and in this event. Last year, first year, Julia Macker actually put up the second best program time in this 500 freestyle event. Macker finished the event 5 minutes, 34 and a half seconds. Program's all-time best mark, Devin Peel, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. So we'll keep an eye on the times today, see how they stack up against their fellow Gryphons. Engel now neck and neck for first. Delap still a foot behind as the three swimmers are packed together as they make their 7th pass in the pool now. Just over the 2.5 minute mark. Engel now ahead as the three swimmers stay grouped. They come back this way. Getting into lap number 9. And we have Gryphons in lanes 3 and 4. Jocelyn Engel in 3, Juliet Delap in 4, and Baruch Salma Aramillo in lane 2. Engel pushes back off the wall first, followed by the swimmer from Baruch and Delap closely behind. Three and a half minutes have passed. Engel has built up a brief lead where Delap and Jaramillo are neck and neck for second. Engel touches the wall, heads back. Second and third place swimmers do the same nearly simultaneously as we pass the 4 minute mark. Engel now almost a half of a pool lead over her competitors. We'll see if Jocelyn can finish this race out. See if Juliet Delap can secure a second place finish in this heat. Like I said, there'll be one more heat featuring 2 more Sarah Lawrence swimmers and 2 more Baruch swimmers. We'll see how they all stack up after that one. Right now, Engel heading back here, away from the starting line. Over a half a pool lead now. Delap pushing off the wall in second place. Baruch swimmer still close behind. And we're on lap 15 here. 5.5 minutes. We will see how we finish up here. Delap heading back down the pool. Jaramillo doing the same thing. And Engel still powering ahead. Heading down. As we near the 6 minute mark, she's got over a half pool lead on the other 2. Teammate Hannah Drum letting her know that is lap 17. And she is back down towards the starting area. Delap in lane 4. Starting to build up a bit of a lead here on third place. She pushes off. Heads back down. And Engel getting the white flag, if you would, last lap. Lap still ahead of third place. Engel coming down to see teammate Hannah drum for the last time in this event. She pushes off here, heads back down to finish this one out as we reach the 7-minute mark. The lap with a pretty steady lead at this point, making her last turn as well. Julia Macker sends her back down to the other end, and Engel finishes it up, winning this heat. Time of 7 minutes 11 seconds. The lap is going to be the second place finisher, despite a late push by Baruch Salma Jaramillo. The lap finishing props to all three swimmers and all 7 in this event for the steady swimming that's needed in these 500-yard freestyle events. We will have the 1,000-yard freestyle here on Sunday, which is even more of a test of stamina and strength. But congrats to Engel for taking home this first heat. Now we'll have 4 swimmers enter the pool for heat number 2. As I said, 2 for Baruch, 2 for Sarah Lawrence. In lane 2, Baruch's Sophia Langiel. In lane 3, Sarah Lawrence's Ava Greengrass. Lane 4, Baruch's Ashley Leal. And in lane 5, Sarah Lawrence, first year Olivia Huey. Now, as they take their marks, we'll get ready to dive into this second 500-yard freestyle heat. And they're off. All 4 swimmers neck and neck, hand in hand here as they make their first turn. We've got teammates Ali Abmayor and Kaylani Talma down here helping let their teammates know how much they've got left. Looks like Greengrass and Ashley Leal from Baruch are 1 and 2 as they touch the ball the first time. Less than a second separating Langiel, Leal, and Greengrass, with Huey not far behind either. Greengrass in lane 2 with a brief lead, but those 3 swimmers still stalemated at the front of this, with Huey again not far behind. There's plenty of race left here. This 500-yard freestyle really tests your stamina and endurance as you get into the 15th, 16th, 17th laps. And the trio leading the pack, once again, Greengrass with maybe a 2-foot advantage on Langiel in lane 2, but anyone's race as the 3 front runners turn to head back. Huey doing so now. Lap 7 approaches. Greengrass, part of an impressive sophomore class for the Gryphons. Took home a half dozen Rookie of the Week wins last season between the group. Well, it looks like Lengyel has taken an arm length advantage over Greengrass on that last turn. And the pair have distanced themselves from Leal in third place. Front two turn back in lap 10, halfway through this 500 freestyle. Approaching the 3.5 minute mark here. Just concluded lap 10 on lap 11 right now. Once again, Lengyel and Greengrass leading the pack. Leal behind, a little under a half pool length behind in third, and Huey about 1 pool length in fourth. These two keep neck and neck at the beginning of the standings, both turning simultaneously. Greengrass could push off there, taking away Lengyel's lead. Just over the 4 minute mark on lap 13 here. Again, that number to look out for, 5:25 for the record. 5:34 is Macker's second place mark as of last year. Anything under 5:43.90 will get you in the top 5 for the Gryphons. So we'll keep an eye on Greengrass's time here, as she got about a 1 body length lead over Lengyel as they start lap 15 here, 3/4 of the way through it, as we approach the 5 minute mark. Huey makes the turn down here. Passes teammate Greengrass on the way. Greengrass opened up a good lead here. Needs to keep powering through. Lap 17 starting. Lengyel just now making the turn as we get to the 5.5 minute mark. Greengrass hears the whistle from the referee down there, letting them know that we're nearing the end here. Have Mayor down here letting Greengrass know this is the last one. He makes the final turn here, just under 6 minutes. Heads back to the other end. Half a pool length left. Lengyel now just making the turn. Greengrass, an impressive last few laps here, building up a half a pool lead. And touches the wall. Greengrass, 6 minutes, 15.5 seconds. Impressive finish. Lengyel touches the wall, 6 minutes, 25 seconds. So a 10-second victory for Greengrass. To earn the Gryphons some important points in the 500 freestyle. Ashley Leal coming in third with a time of 6:41, and Huey right behind, closing out on a strong note, a time of 6:45. So a couple of heat wins for the Gryphons. Greengrass leading all swimmers in the 500 freestyle with a time of 6:15. Ashley Leal, Sophia Langlo in second, the time of 6:25. Ashley Leal in third, 6:41. Olivia Huey in fourth, 6:45. And then Jocelyn Engel from the first heat with the fifth pass time, 7 minutes, 11 seconds. Now we'll stick with the 500 freestyle, as our first Sarah Lawrence men's swimming appearance from senior Patrick Rao Rao will be in lane 3, representing the Gryphons, while Ramil, Fangersh from Baruch, and Lucas Vasquez are in the lanes 4 and 5, respectively. Rao's had an impressive Sarah Lawrence career after joining the school as a transfer. He's going to have fellow 500 freestyle swimmer Juliet Delap down here, helping him out, letting him know how many laps are left. And they're off. Fangersh with a good dive in. Him and Vasquez neck and neck. Rao right behind them. Turns from all three. Heading back down the other end. Rao took home Skyline Swimmer of the Week honors a week and a half ago on November 10th. He's had a slew of individual wins in each of the Gryphons meets. And he might be in third place right now, but there is not a lot of distance between these three swimmers. They are keeping neck and neck after the first few laps as we near the 1 minute mark. Fangersh with a body length lead over Vasquez, with Rao closing in. All the teams on the deck watching. Bearcats cheering on their pair of swimmers, the Gryphons supporting Rao. Fangersh still in the lead. Rao with a very similar split to Vasquez that lap, maintaining his distance there. Fangersh heading back. About a half pool length lead over Rao for him. Vasquez, a few strokes behind Fangersh. Bearcats have had a successful men's season, sitting at 2-1 heading into today and this weekend. They dominated William Patterson by over 100 points for beating one of our fellow Skyline opponents, Maritime College. This Wednesday the 5th, their one loss was to Ramapo back in October at 19 points. And they'll look to show out this weekend and earn a couple more wins. Rao with the best split of that last lap by the looks of it. He's made up serious ground on Vasquez, as the two of them are nearly neck and neck. Fangersh turns back. Rao actually beats Vasquez to the wall here. Teammate Juliet Delap letting him know 11 on the lap counter. Fangersh under a half a lap ahead of Rao, just making the push off the wall now. Now the senior from Great Neck holding that lead over Vasquez for the Gryphons. We're over halfway to the end of this event, just over 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Fangersh still a comfortable lead, quarter of a pool, third of a pool. Heading back here, lap 15, Rao pushing off the wall now, and Vasquez rounding out the trio. Rao with a great middle of the event to really build a substantial second place lead. Still not far behind the leader. Fangersh making his turn right now. Rao nearing the end of the pool. He'll do the same and head back from the starting blocks. Fingers being told lap 17. Heading back towards the starting post here. Rao close behind, making his turn next. And Vasquez still with a strong showing in third, making his turn. Fangirsch gets the whistle, letting him know he's got one more down and back between him and a 500-yard freestyle victory. He turns on the jets. Rao still in second by a good margin, but Fangirsch making his turn nearly a half a pool lead over Rao. Delop telling Rao to get going for his final stretch. Fangirsch touching the wall, 5 minutes, 24 seconds. Rao closing in on that finish line. He will touch it at 5:34. And Vasquez will round out the event here with a third place finish. Cruising in at 5:46. So Fingers with a 10-second victory over Rao. 12-second gap between second and third. Impressive swims from all three swimmers. Again, 500-yard freestyle. Truly a test of speed, stamina, strength, endurance, everything. So very solid swims across the board. Another win for Baruch after their relay win. And we will come back to the pool now for the 100-yard breaststroke. This one will have 2 heats for each of the women's and men's races. Both of the women's heats will feature Gryphons, as Ali Abamayor will race in the first heat for the Gryphons. And Julia Macker, Cordelia Bay, and Hannah Drum will all take the pool in the second heat. The Gryphons will be looking to add some points here after a strong relay performance and an impressive 500 freestyle win by Ava Greengrass. We'll look to see if any of the 4 Gryphons can put together a strong performance in the 100 breaststroke. The Gryphons won't have anyone swimming in the men's 100 breaststroke. Give Rao a chance to catch his breath after that 500 freestyle. Now, the Gryphons haven't faced off against the Bearcats on the women's side since the 2023-24 season. Baruch came in here to Bronxville to earn the win. The year prior, they faced off 2 times with the Gryphons, taking both contests first here in Bronxville in November, and then in New York City in January. So these 2 teams very evenly matched, 3-3 against each other all time. So it's no surprise that our first few events here have been tightly contested contests between the 2. The Gryphons have swum against Lehman each of the past 2 years, earning a pair of victories. And they've faced off against the Fashion Institute twice as well, each of the last 2 years, with victories in those. So looking to keep their strong streaks alive against the Lightning and against the Tigers, and hoping to take a 4-3 series lead over the Bearcats in their history swimming against each other. So the full lineup for this 100-yard breaststroke event. First for the women, heat number 1, lane 2, as mentioned, will be Allie Abmayor from Sarah Lawrence College, a senior. In lane 3 will be Anza Barth from Baruch. Lane 4 will be Helen Bueller from Baruch. And lane 5 will be Ilgen Yelsey from FIT. So I'll have a pair of Bearcats, 1 Griffin, and a Tiger. Oh my. In the second heat, we'll have Lily Flanagan from FIT, Julia Macker in lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence, Elise Alexander from Baruch in lane 3, Cordelia Bay from Sarah Lawrence in lane 4, Hannah Drum from Sarah Lawrence in lane 5, and Gizli Velez from Lehman in lane 6. So all 4 schools involved in this event. A pair of swimmers from FIT, 4 Gryphons, 3 Bearcats, and 1 swimmer from the Lightning. The Lehman women also had a matchup with Maritime, similar to Baruch's men. The Lightning bested Maritime by 3 points before falling to Mount St. Mary 111 to 52. So this will be their 3rd matchup against the Skyline team this season. They also fell to Hunter College. The Hawks dominated that one. But a good comparative point for the Gryphons to see how they stack up against these teams that have also taken on some of their Skyline foes. It's the first recorded meet for FIT this season. Canceled meet against Mount St. Mary last month, excuse me. And then they'll take on Herkimer Community College in December, who the Gryphons faced a year ago, as they wrap up their fall season before heading into the winter break. The Gryphons obviously will be back here on Sunday, but then they'll return to the Campbell Sports Center on December 6th as they host York College. Match up with another CUNY team, and that will wrap up their fall semester. They'll be back here for one dual meet against Hunter in January against always competitive Hawks. And then they'll get into the Skyline Championships on January 24th as they look to take on Mount St. Mary, Maritime, the Merchant Marine Academy, St. Joseph's Long Island, and others. Continue their strong stretch of performances in the conference championship event. They'll, of course, as usual, round out their season with a trip to the Metropolitan Swimming Championships on February 13th, starting February 13th. That will be hosted once again by Rutgers at the Rutgers Aquatic Center. And the Gryphons last year had a plethora of season best, career best at that event, so they will be looking forward to that as another chance to set some personal records, team records, etc. And the pool is starting to clear out after getting some swims in during the intermission. We're nearing that 100-yard breaststroke. Again, we'll have Gryphons participating in both of the heats. First one here will be 4 swimmers. Sarah Lawrence in lane 2, Baruch in lane 3 and 4, and FIT in lane 5. So we will await them getting to their starting points once this intermission comes to an end, and then we will begin with event 6. Now, Abby Mayor, who is the lone Gryphon in this first heat, actually set her personal best in this event against FIT back in December of last year, finishing with a time of 1 minute 47 seconds. So we will be on the lookout to see if that career best time can be updated. All right, the swimmers making their way to the starting points now. Again, we'll have Sarah Lawrence in lane 2, Baruch in lanes 3 and 4, and FIT in lane 5. So we'll see if we can best that 1 minute 47 second mark here and get a career best. All right, the swimmers are climbing up. All right, taking their marks, and they're off. Into the pool. It looks like Helen Bueller from Baruch is taking an early lead, but all 4 swimmers tightly grouped together as they make their first pass. First turn to head back. Again, this is the 100-yard breaststroke. So they will make 4 passes of this pool here. Bueller with a small lead over teammate Anza Barth. Abemayor in third, and Yelsey in 4th for FIT. Bueller still with the lead, a slight lead over Barth. The two have built a comfortable gap as they turn back. Mayor heading back. Still a lead for Bueller. Barth right behind. Alrighty. It is Bueller in first, Barth in second, Abmayor in third, and it will be Yelsey in fourth. So Bueller with the event victory in Heat 1 for the time of 1 minute 38.3 seconds. Barth in second, time of 1 minute 39.8 seconds. Abmayor 1 second off a PR with a time of 1 minute 48 seconds. And then Yelsey finishing 2 minutes and 2 seconds on the dot. So the time to beat, minute 38:34. As 6 swimmers take the pool, we're filling up all 6 lanes for this heat number 2 of the 100 breaststroke. Again, a trio of Gryphons in this one. Macker in lane 2, Bay in lane 4, and Drum in lane 5. FIT in lane 1, Baruch in lane 3, Lehman in 6. So they will take their marks. Macker in lane 2 similarly set her best in this event against FIT last December. They're in. All 6 swimmers in. It looks like a slight lead early from Baruch's Elise Alexander. Swimmers in lanes 1 through 5 all close together. It is neck and neck for second place between Macker and Drum for SLC. Alexander making her second pass. Macker in second, Drum in third. Cordelia Bay in fourth, neck and neck with FIT's Lily Flanagan. Alexander has built up a healthy lead here. Final turn for her as she heads back. Macker, Drum, neck and neck. Macker still with a slight lead. Drum, Bay, and Flanagan from FIT all close in that race for third place. Velez from Lehman is rounding it out, about to make her final turn. It will be a win for Alexander. It looks like Macker is going to take home second place. That is the case. Cordelia Bay comes through with a third place finish. Drum in fourth. Flanagan in fifth. And Velez about to finish it up here in sixth. So a time of 1:13 to win for Alexander. An impressive swim. Macker, like I said, second place finish in a time of 1 minute, just under 24 seconds. Bay, a minute and a half behind, a minute 25 and a half. Drum in fourth, a minute 26. Flanagan in fifth with a time of 1:26.79. And then Velez rounding it out with sixth place finish, 1:49. So spots 2 through 5 decided by less than 3 seconds after a 10-second win by Alexander. Strong showings by Macker, Bay, and Drum for the Gryphons. Bay really turning it on in the last lap or two to pass teammate Drum and secure a podium finish. Another one of Sarah Lawrence's extremely talented first years. They took home Rookie of the Week on November 10th, continuing strong performances with a third place finish in this event. Now we have the men ready to get in the pool. 2 Lehman swimmers and 11 Baruch swimmers. We have Baruch in lanes 2 through 5, Lehman in 6, and they're off. it looks like our leader is going to be Riming Jiang from Baruch in lane 3, followed by Christos Hamakiotes in lane 2, Vincent Dominguez Romero in lane 4. So Baruch, top 4 swimmers so far in this event. Lehman's Keenan Suwan in 5th place. Looks like we're going to have a tight race for second here, as Hamakiotes and Dominguez Romero are neck and neck. Dominguez Romero now pulling away a little bit, but still too close to tell. Jiang heading back. Final push. His lap is coming down to touch the wall. And that is going to be a victory in lane 3 with a time of 1:10. A great swim. Second place still coming down to it here. And it is going to go to Dominguez Romero in lane 4. 0.13 second lead over teammate Hamakiotes. Antonio Ruiz secures 4th. And Lehman Suwan takes 5th in the first heat of the 100-yard breaststroke for the men. Great time of 1:10 from Dominguez Romero. And then we have times of 1:17.25 and 1:17.38. So impressive swims from the top few swimmers from Baruch in that heat. The second heat here, we'll see if any of them can flirt with that 1 minute mark. We're going to have 5 Baruch swimmers in this one. Samuel Liao, Greg Terentiev, Daniel Vasilkov, Jordan Lin, and Need Kojic, along with Lehman's Yahim Burrows. So we will see what these Bearcats can do, as well as Burrows with the Lightning, as they get ready to dive into the pool here for heat number 2 of the 100-yard breaststroke. All right, they take their marks here. 1:10, the fastest time from the first heat. They take their marks and they're off. Swimmers in all 6 lanes here, as they are neck and neck to start this race. Looks like an early lead by lane 3. That'd be Daniel Vasilkov. Teammates Greg Terentiev and Jordan Lin right behind. All 5 Bearcats building a pretty substantial lead over Burrows. All right, halfway to it. Vasilkov, 27.61 after a down and back. Powering forward here. And Vasilkov making his final swim down here. Terentiev and Lin still neck and neck for second place. All 5 Baruch swimmers, making their final lap. It's going to be close. Vasilkov at the end here. 59.59. Sneaks under a minute. What a swim. Second place is going to go to Lin. Time of 1:04.20. 1:04.54 for Terentiev. Kojic in lane 6 with 4th place, 1:08 and 1:10 for Liao in 5th place. Burrows finishing up here for Lehman. But a time of 59.59 seconds for Vasilkov and Baruch in the event, sneaking under a minute by just 0.4 of a second. And Burrows finishing up here a time of 1:37.61. So 4 swimmers in this heat, topping the winner, Dominguez Romero, from heat number 1. Vasilkov in 1st place, Jordan Lin in 2nd place, Greg Terentiev in 3rd, Need Kojic in 4th, Then Vincent Dominguez Romero from Heat 1, and Samuel Liao in 6th with a time of 1:10.69. Now we head to the backstroke for a pair of women's heats in the 200-yard event. This first one will feature a pair of Baruch Bearcats, as well as a Lightning from Lehman, Cindy Castaneda and Kristen Zhao from Baruch, and Amia Sanchez from Lehman. We'll have a pair of Gryphons join us for the second heat, along with 2 more Bearcats. Right now, we're going to have Castaneda and Zhao from Baruch and Sanchez from Lehman. And they're off. Castaneda in lane 2, Zhao in lane 4, Sanchez in lane 5. All 3 neck and neck. It looks like Sanchez from Lehman with a brief lead. She's going to hold it into the first turn and head back the other way. Those first 2 spots, Zhao and Sanchez, very close. Castaneda not far behind, but Sanchez holding that lead as they head back. Again, this is a 200-yard backstroke, so there's a few laps left to go. We're still only on the second go-around of this, so plenty of time left for any of these 3 swimmers to make a move, but Sanchez holding on to the lead. Making a second turn on this far end, heading back towards the starting point. Sanchez still ahead by a body length. Sanchez and Zhao distance themselves from Castaneda by about a third of a pool. Sanchez heading back the other way. 42 seconds split that time. 0.6 of a second faster than Zhao. We're at the minute and a half mark overall. Sanchez still in the lead. Zhao closing the gap a bit as both swimmers make their turn and push back. It is a close first and second place battle here. Let's see. Zhao making up ground on Sanchez. Let's see. As we pass the 2-minute mark, both swimmers make their turn and push back down to this far end. Close end for you on the stream. They are neck and neck, stroke and stroke in sync here as they come to this wall. Zhao actually with a head of a lead pushes back down 2 minutes and 29 seconds as they make their final push. Zhao with a half an arm length lead. This is going to come down to who can reach for that wall first. And it is going to be Zhao with a come from behind win, a strong second half of that performance. Time of 2 minutes 45.4 seconds. Sanchez 2:46.15. And now Castaneda finishing up right now with a time of 3:04.71. So great swim by Zhao to close that gap. Sanchez never truly pulled away, but had a strong lead, a steady lead for a few laps there. So Zhao bringing that back. Very impressive. Again, 2:45.42 final time. Now we'll be joined in the pool by 2 Gryphons, senior Ella Hernan and sophomore Kirsten Eads. Caitlin Chavez and Ashley Leal from Baruch also in here. We'll have Hernan in lane 2, Chavez in lane 3, Eads in lane 4, and Leal in lane 5. So Gryphons in lanes 2 and 4, Bearcats in 3 and 5. And They take their marks. They are off into the pool. Hernan, an all-conference swimmer last year. Eads, a two-time Rookie of the Week last year in her first-year campaign. Eads and Chavez neck and neck. Hernan not far behind, and Leal as well. Those first three swimmers, though, Chavez, Eads, and Leal, Hernan, Chavez, and Eads, have all maintained pace with each other. All three making their turns at the starting point, less than a half second apart. Chavez leading that split by under 0.2 of a second. So this is anyone's race. Chavez, Eads, and then Hernan as they touch the wall on this end. As we approach 1 minute here, Chavez holding a very tight lead over the pair of Gryphons. Hernan passing teammate Eads for second place, although still neck and neck as they both chase down Chavez here. Chavez touching the wall. About a 2-second advantage at this point. Minute and a half into this race. Two Gryphons remain in sync. Nearly identical times. Chavez touches the wall. Just over a second split on that one ahead of the Gryphons. Although, anyone's race here. We approach the 2-minute mark. As those three leading swimmers touch the wall. Chavez pushing off now. Hernan making her turn. Eads making her turn. As they head back down the final stretch here. It looks as if Chavez is going to have this one. And that is the case. Time of 2:19. And it is going to be Hernan touching the wall 1 second, less than 1 second ahead of teammate Eads. And then we have Leal here for Baruch finishing it up. Again, in first place was Caitlin Chavez with a time of 2:19.74. Hernan in second place, 2:23.21. Eads in third with 2:24.14. And Leal, the time of 2:45.13. So, an event victory for Chavez. Pair of top three finishers for the Gryphons. Hernan in second, Eads in third, Leal in fourth, and then Zhao, the winner of the first heat, with a fifth best time overall, 2:45.42. So, another strong head-to-head matchup between the Bearcats and the Gryphons. Fear that will be the story of this weekend as the two programs go head-to-head atop a lot of the individual events on the women's side and the men's side. Speaking of the men's side, we're right back in here with the 200 backstroke for the men. Only two swimmers in this event, a pair of Bearcats. We have Michael Guzman and Leo Valdivia. Apologies. Guzman is in lane 3, Valdivia in lane 4. They'll look to sweep the 200 backstroke for the Bearcats after Chavez's win. So let's see. And they are off. And lead for Guzman early, but they are close. Both making their first turn here, heading back down towards the starting platforms. Guzman still in the lead. Not by much, but has a steady advantage here as they both push off that wall, heading back down towards the camera here. Guzman's leading still as we approach the 1 minute mark. Even the Bearcats wrap up their fall with the ECAC Winter Championships, a 3-day event at the Nassau County Aquatic Center on December 5th. So the last head-to-head or dual meet or invitational for them of the fall until they head to those championships. Guzman here with a steady lead still. Minute 26 on the clock. Get a few more laps of this pool and bring home a couple top 2 finishes for the Bearcats. The Gryphons will see these Bearcats again after today. They are joining the Gryphons at the Metropolitan Swimming Championships in February, so this will not be the last chance for either team to earn a head-to-head win against each other. Guzman here touches the wall, finishes with a time of 2:08.96. Valdivia behind him, 2:16.88. So, pair of strong 200 backstroke swims as the Bearcats sweep the event on the men's and women's side. So, congrats to Caitlin Chavez and Michael Guzman on the wins. Now we are getting into a 4-heat event here in the 100 freestyle. 4 heats for the women, 3 heats for the men. The women, we're going to have a 2-person heat to start it off. Yelsey returns to the pool for FIT and Frida Castillo for Baruch. Yelsey will be in lane 2, and Castillo in lane 4. We'll then have a second and third heat without any Gryphons before a trio of them take the pool in heat 4. So, as mentioned, this first heat here will have Ilgen Yelsey in lane 2 for FIT and Frida Castillo for Baruch, and they are off. This is the 100-yard freestyle. The Gryphons Fall Quad Meet 2025. They are pretty close here with Castillo touching the wall just before Yelsey, but very little space between the two. Castillo still holding the brief lead. Making it back down, heading final back and forth of the event. Same thing for Yelsey. Castillo with comfortable lead, but nothing overwhelming. So, let's see what happens in this final stretch. Castillo making one last turn and heading back down towards the starting point. We're at a minute 15 right now on the clock. Yelsey, final flip turn and back the other way. Castillo in this final stretch. Approaching the wall. Teammates there waiting. And a final time of 1 minute and 37.4 seconds. Yelsey, last few yards to go. The well swam event. And Yelsey touches the wall. Time of 1 minute, 54 seconds. Now on to heat number 2. As these swimmers cool down Heat number 2 will have 3 swimmers, a pair of Bearcats and one Lily Flanagan from the Fashion Institute of Technology. Barth and Jaramillo from Baruch in lanes 2 and 4 respectively. Flanagan will be in lane 3. We will see if the Bearcats can pull together another win after a Castillo victory in the first heat. And they're getting ready to dive in now. And off they go. Trio side by side, heading in. It's Flanagan who looks to have a fingertip lead on this first turn as she flips over and heads the other way. Jaramillo in a close second place. Barth not too far behind in third. Flanagan still leading though after a down and back. Pushing off and heading back towards the camera side. Flanagan still ahead by a body length over Jaramillo. Barth body length or two behind. Flanagan makes the last turn, heading back down towards teammates. Jaramillo in second place, with a steady lead over Barth. And Flanagan will touch the wall at a time of 1 minute, 8.12 seconds. Second place, 1:13.04. And a strong finish by Barth. Finished with a time of 1:15.39. So 1:08.12 the winning time in heat number 2. Lily Flanagan from FIT. Strong swims by Salma Jaramillo and Anza Barth as well. Flanagan takes the second heat victory. Now we're moving on to a full pool for heat number 3. In lane 1, Mariela Nunez from Lehman. Lane 2, Melissa Yu from Baruch. Lane 3, Antonina Dudek from Fashion Institute of Technology. Lane 4, Patricia Soriano from Lehman. Lane 5, Imani Gonzalez from Baruch. And lane 6, Gisele Velez from Lehman. So a trio of lightning swimmers, pair of Bearcats, and one Tiger from FIT. Again, Lehman in lanes 1, 4, and 6, Baruch in 2 and 5, and FIT in lane 3. 1:08.12, the top mark so far. And they're off. Early lead in lane 3 by Dudek from FIT. All 5 other swimmers close behind, all pushing off to make their first turn. Dudek is leading the pack, though, sprinting out ahead. And Dudek making turn number 2. Wow, swimmers in lanes 1 and 2, Nunez and Liu, in close second and third. Yu beating out Nunez by just 0.07 of a second as Dudek just sprints ahead, already heading back towards the starting line. Dudek with a great time of 57.33 to win this heat. It looks like it's going to be Yu in second place. And yes, it is Yu in second with a time of 1:09.74. Second behind is Nunez in lane 1. Fourth place is going to go to Soriano in lane 4, Gonzalez in lane 5 and 5th, and Velez in lane 6 in 6th place. So a great time of 57.33 by Antonina Dudek to win that heat and really put the pressure on these 6 swimmers in heat number 4. Again, second place, Melissa Yu from Baruch. Third place, Mariela Nunez from Lehman. Fourth place was Patricia Soriano from Lehman. Fifth was Imani Gonzalez from Baruch, and sixth was Gisele Velez from Lehman. An impressive win from Dudek. Now he head to Heat 4. Like I said, a trio of Gryphons. In lane 1, Krista Burgess, senior. In lane 2 from Baruch, Kira Chen. Kaylani Talma from Sarah Lawrence in lane 3. Sophia Langwell from Baruch in lane 4. Amelie Berg from Sarah Lawrence in lane 5. And Paige Powell from FIT in lane 6. Gryphons in lanes 1, 3, and 5. And they are off. And it looks like Berg with an early lead. Berg and Talma neck and neck in the first turn. All 6 competitors staying close together. Chen from Baruch joining them, but it looks like Berg has a slight lead here. We'll see the times as they get down to this wall. And it is Berg, Talma, Chen, Burgess, the first 4. Berg and Talma now with a great turn there and burst, really getting out ahead. Berg and Talma neck and neck their last turn, and the senior is pushing forward here. Talma, she's been here before. That last stretch. Burgess making a push for third too. Let's see. Talma touching the wall, 57.81. Berg, 58.81. Burgess, third place, 101.19. Chen in fourth, 101.96. Langiel, fifth, 103.13. And Powell, 106.57. So Dudek's 57.33 paced the group. Talma in second place, 57.81. Berg in third, 58.81. And then Burgess, fourth best time overall, 101.19. Less than a second ahead of Kim, 101.96. Now onto the 100-yard freestyle for the men. First, a trio of Lehman swimmers in lanes 2 through 4. Yaheem Burrows, Andrew DeMasso, and Adrian Townsend. Burrows in lane 2, DeMasso in 3, and Townsend in 4. Again, the 100 freestyle. Be down and back twice. And they are off. Three swimmers staying close together. A brief lead for Burrows in the second lane here. Let's see how these turns go. Burrows still just a hair ahead of DeMasso. On this turn, Burrows still stays advantage. In order, Burrows, DeMasso, Townsend. First 2 close by. Burrows has stayed ahead at every junction here. See, last turn here as they head back towards the finish line. Burrows ahead. DeMasso. And Townsend. Burrows with a steady lead at this point. Just waiting to see the time here. See, nears the final wall. Closing out this last lap. And time of 1:20.94. Tommaso behind at 126.82. And Townsend in third place, 133.44. So Yahim Burrows leading the trio of Lightning swimmers with a time of 120.94 in the 100 freestyle in the first heat. Now, heat 2, we'll have Joseph Fernandez from Lehman in lane 2, Maxim Karoma from Baruch in lane 3, and Antonio Ruiz from Baruch in lane 4. So a pair of Bearcats and another Lightning swimmer in this one before heat 3, which will feature a full pool of Baruch swimmers. So Fernandez in 2, Karoma in 3, and Ruiz in 4. And it looks like they're taking their marks here, as these 3 swimmers will look to best that A heat time. And early on, it's Karoma from Baruch with a controlling lead. Ruiz taking his first stroke after that dive nearly 3/4 of the way down the pool. But Karoma sprinting ahead, nearly half a pool length lead over the 2 competitors. Oh, Karoma roughing up the timing system down there, but making his way back in his second down and back. And starting his last lap, second is up for grabs. Right now, it looks like Ruiz has a brief lead over Fernandez. Actually, Fernandez on that turn making up some time. We'll see Karoma down at the end, 59.60 the time. Battle for second. It looks like Ruiz is falling a bit. Fernandez, one more arm length, and it is Fernandez that takes second. So, Karoma, the strong time of 59.60, sub 1 minute. Second place will be Fernandez, Joseph Fernandez from Lehman with a time of 1:12.10. And then third place will be Antonio Ruiz from Baruch, with a time of 1:14.18. So, like I said, we got 6 Bearcats entering the pool for the third and final heat of this event. From your right to left, in lane 1, Joshua Chiraya. Lane 2, Eric Kim. Lane 3, Adrian Lengyel. Lane 4, Donald Truong. Lane 5, Ethan Abramov. And lane 6, Vincent Dominguez Romero. So we'll see which of these 6 Bearcats can outpace Maxim Karoma's time of 59.60 from the second heat as they jump in. Making their way. Right now, it looks like lane 3, Adrian Lengyel leading the pack. Lanes 2, 4, and 5 all neck and neck for second place. Lengyel with a good burst off that wall and a steady lead. Lengyel touches the wall first, time of 49.53. Second will be Donald Truong in lane 4 with a time of 52.27, third place. In lane 2, Eric Kim, 53.01, just ahead of teammate Ethan Abramov in lane 5, 53.44. Fifth place, 56.51 for Joshua Charaya. And Vincent Dominguez Romero rounding it out with a minute 1 second. So 5 of the 6 Coroma's time from Heat 2. The win is going to Langiel in third place, or in the third lane, excuse me. Second place will go to Donald Trong, and third place will go to Eric Kim. So strong swims across the board from the Bearcats in that one. And now we head back to the women for the 200 butterfly. Just a pair of contributors or competitors in this event. In lane 3, we have Helen Bueller from Baruch. In lane 4, we have Isabel Marshall from FIT. Baruch here on your right, FIT on your left, both with the blue suits and blue caps. And they are off. And it looks like Marshall has an early lead, and this is the 200 butterfly. So we're going to have 4 down and backs. Marshall holding that early lead, but again, we're not even a quarter way through this race yet, so anything could happen. Bueller not too far behind. Marshall winning after the first one, up by nearly 3 seconds on Bueller. And making another turn to head back towards the starting line. Touchdown at that starting block will signal the halfway point of this event. Marshall with a comfortable lead. Again, only halfway there, so not out of the equation for Bueller to have a strong second half swim here. Let's see Sarah Lawrence swimmer Patrick Rao getting ready to jump in the pool for the men's 200 alongside a pair of Baruch swimmers. But right now we're still in the women's 200 fly. Marshall built up a nice half pool lead here. See how this turn is down here, and Marshall heading back towards that starting block. Bueller down making this turn under the camera. But Marshall's built up a steady lead at this point. One more strong last lap, and that will be all she wrote. So Marshall finishing a last down and back now. Bueller about to start that final down and back. As I mentioned, Marshall and the Tigers had not competed yet this season. So season opener here, 2-day event in Bronxville. As the swimmers pass each other halfway through the pool. Marshall finishing it up, touching the wall down here. Let's see what the final time is. 2:50:59, so sub 3 minutes. As Bueller makes her last swim down to the starting box. Marshall with a win for FIT in the event. Bueller wrapping it up here. We'll get a final time in a second. 3:17:24 for Bueller in a second place finish. So congrats to Isabel Marshall and the Tigers for a win in the 200 butterfly. Now we'll hop over to the men's side. As I mentioned, Patrick Rao taking the pool for the Gryphons, his second event of the day. Rao will be in lane 4. Next to him, in lane 3, Tenzin Gurum from Baruch and Eric Goldstein, also from Baruch, will be in lane 2. So a trio of swimmers in the 200 butterfly. Rao, the lone Gryphon, and then a pair of Bearcats, looking to add to their impressive start to the day on the women's side and the men's side. So we'll see what Patrick can get going here. As I mentioned, a Swimmer of the Week honor already this year. He'll be in lane 4, all the way on your left. Bearcats on the right 2 spots. And they're off. All 3 close right now. Slight lead here for Garung in lane 3, making his first turn. Again, 200-yard event. Plenty of time left for either Rao or Goldstein to make their move. Garung still ahead at the first full lap completed. Goldstein barely ahead of Rao, under 0.3 of a second. So close race here for second. Very well could be a close race for first. Garung making his turn. The other 2 competitors making theirs nearly simultaneously. Garung making his next lap. Rao and Goldstein 0.04 of a second apart here. That second place race is going to come down to that final stretch of pool. As Garung has pulled away by a fair margin, he's already making his way back. Rao with a slight lead over Goldstein on that last turn, looking to pull away in the second half of this event. Garung making his last down and back now. Rao turning as we speak. Goldstein now following. Garung making one last stretch of the pool. Rao with a pretty good lead in second place, but still 1 length of the pool to go. We're going to see what time Garung gets down here. Tenzin Garung taking home the victory in the 200 butterfly with a time of 2:08.57. Rao in second place, but Goldstein making a good push at the end. Rao still ahead. Rao touches the wall, time of 2:18.05. Goldstein 2:20.33. So nearly 10-second victory for Tenzin Garung of Baruch in the 200 butterfly. Patrick Rao for Sarah Lawrence, earning second, 2:18. And then in third, Eric Goldstein for Baruch, 2:20.33. So a 2-second buffer between second and third. But a dominant win by Tenzin Garung in the 200 butterfly. Another solid swim by Rao, though. That's two strong swims to start the meet individually for the senior. Now we get into the 200-yard IM. This will be a 1-heat event for the women. Got a pair of Gryphons, a pair of Bearcats. In lane 2, first year for Sarah Lawrence, Cordelia Bay. Lane 3, we have Kira Chen from Baruch. Lane 4, sophomore Kirsten Eads from Sarah Lawrence. And lane 5, Anza Barth from Baruch. They're getting right into it here, ready to jump in as we speak. And they are off. Bay all the way on the right, Eads in lane 4. Eads with a great push underwater. He's got a slight lead over Chen in lane 3. Bay not far behind at all, and Barth in 4th place. Again, this is a 1-heat event, so this is it for the 200 IM for women. Eads just over a second lead on second place. Bay looking to make up some ground on Chen here. Eads with the backstroke coming to touch the wall. Chen still in second, Bay in third. Top three with a pretty good gap in front of Barth. Eads finishing these first two down and backs just under minute 10. Chen still in second solidly. Bay in third starting this lap. Eads coming down with the breaststroke. In the lead. Not too good of a gap on Chen, but enough to... Good turn here will do it. Eads heading back, good push off. Chen is staying right on the hip of Eads. Chen is. Bay behind them in striking distance. Again, the 200 IM. Eads. Final down and back here for those first three swimmer. Eads in the lead. Kira Chen in second. Cordelia Bay in third. And Anza Barth finishing up that breaststroke. Eads with a good turn. Final stretch here for the sophomore. Good size gap on Chen. Bay looking to make up some ground on Chen's fee here. Eads finished up time 2:28.09. Chen looks like gonna hold on despite a late push from Bay. Chen holds on for a second place finish 2:35. Bay 2:37. And then Barth halfway through that final back and forth. So individual event victory for Kirsten Eads. Time of 2:28.09. 7-second gap between Eads and Kira Chen from Baruch. Second place finish of 2:35.33. And Cordelia Bay right behind in third place, 2:37.41. So 7-second gap between first and second. 2-second gap between second and third. And then we have Anza Barth from Baruch finishing up in fourth place. Time is 3:18. Great win for Gryphon Kirsten Eads. Another top three finish for the Gryphons as well from Cordelia Bay. Now on to the men's 200 IM. This will be a 2-heat event with 7 total swimmers, all from Baruch. This first heat feature Luis Coronel in lane 3, Jordan Lin in lane 4, and Need Kojic in lane 5. So 3 Bearcats, lanes 3 through 5, Coronel in 3, Lin in 4, Kojic in 5, as they climb up onto the platform. And they are in. Kojic starts first. All 3 are neck and neck heading into this first turn. We'll see who gets the best push off the wall. It was Cornell in the close lane here on the right of your stream, but still neck and neck through this butterfly stretch of the IM. See how the backstroke goes. Good push by Cornell, making up that distance underwater. Using this backstroke to put some distance between him, Lin, and Kojic. He makes his turn. Other 2 follow. Cornell with a steady lead as he wraps up the backstroke here. See how this transition is. Tough ending to the backstroke there, but makes his turn. Still in the lead. See how this breaststroke plays out. Seems like Lin is gaining some ground. Kojic too, but Lin right on the hip of Coronel at this point. Coronel making his turn. Teammates down there tell him to get moving. Pushing them. Coronel's still in the lead. Lin making up ground though. Right next to him. So this final up and down is going to be the decider here, as first and second are nearly identical at this point. Yeah, Coronel losing steam. Lin with the best split there. Kojic with the best. Lin pulling away right now. Jordan Lin with just a terrific final stretch in this 200 IM to pull away from the victory. Coronel and Kojic head and head going for second. Lin with a great second half. Time of 2:12.88. Second place is going to... Second place goes to Kojic. Time of 2:19.92. Coronel early lead, but falls to third. Time of 2:20.24. So Jordan Lin with a win in the heat. Number one of the 200 IM. Strong breaststroke, strong freestyle to pull that one out. Now we'll welcome 4 more Bearcats to the pool. Lanes 2 through 5. Lucas Vasquez in 2, Alex Boyarski in 3, Greg Terentiev in 4, and Samuel Yao in 5. All right, and to wrap up the final individual event of the evening, see which Bearcat can best Lin's time of 2:12.88 in this 200 IM. And they're off. Looks like Alex Boyarski's got a brief lead in the third lane here. Lucas Vasquez in lane 2, very close behind. Terentiev in 4, also on his heels. It is going to be Boyarski to touch the wall first as they head into the backstroke. Boyarski and Vasquez clear 1 and 2. Terentiev in 3rd. Liao not far behind in 4th. It is Boyarski still ahead. The final stretch here. And Boyarski still first, but Vasquez right there along with him. Breaststroke is up next. All 4 swimmers pretty close together, but those front 2 really separated. It is going to be a tight race for this 200 IM win. Vasquez may have taken the lead here in the breaststroke. They are neck and neck as they get ready for this final down and back. Let's see who touches the wall first here. It is going to be Vasquez in lane 2. 2-second faster split. Terentiev in lane 4, also a faster split than Boyarski. So we'll see. Vasquez, Boyarski still neck and neck. Vasquez maybe 3 inches ahead of him right now. It is going to be a race between those 2 to the end. So let's look in here as they approach the finish line. Vasquez and Boyarski. And it's Boyarski by a half second outreaches Vasquez at the end for the win. So that's Alex Boyarski in first, time of 2:08.42. Lucas Vasquez in second, time of 2:08.91. Greg Terentiev in third, time of 2:12.62. and Samuel Liao in fourth with a time of 2:18.73. So a tremendous finish to that one there. The 200 IM, as Boyarski squanders a bit of a lead to Vasquez in that breaststroke section, and it was really neck and neck for those last two laps. Boyarski with the reach at the end to best his 200 IM counterpart by only a half of a second. So, great way to end our individual events today. Now we will get into the 200 freestyle relays. Of 5 relay teams in each men's and women's heat. I have a A and a B team from both Baruch and Sarah Lawrence in this one, and then a Lehman team. In lane 2, we're going to have Sarah Lawrence's B team of Krista Burgess, Sarah Lawrence's relay team of Krista Burgess, Ava Greengrass, Juliet Delap, and Ali Abmayor. Baruch will have, in lane 3, Sophia Lengyel, Imani Gonzalez, Kristen Zhao, Melissa Yu. Sarah Lawrence's other team in lane 4, Emily Berg, Anna Drum, Ella Hernan, and Julia Macker. Baruch again in lane 5 with Anza Barth, Helen Bueller, Cindy Castaneda, and Salma Jaramillo. And in lane 6, Lehman will have Gisele Velez, Amia Sanchez, Anastasia Maceda, and Patricia Soriano. So Gryphons in lanes 2 and 4, Bearcats in 3 and 5, and the Lightning in lane 6. In lane 4, the Gryphons do have Hernan swimming the third leg. Worthwhile to note that Hernan swam the second leg of the 2023 relay team that touched the wall with a time of 1:44.44. That is the second best 200 freestyle relay team time in program history. So experience in that lane, helpful for the Gryphons. Hernan teaming up with sophomores Macker and Berg, junior Hannah Drum. They also have a pair of seniors, Burgess and Abemayor, in lane 2, along with sophomore Greengrass and junior Delap. So plenty of opportunities for the Gryphons to close Friday night out with a strong relay showing. Bearcats, of course, looking to spoil that and wrap up their Friday with a pair of relay wins. They'll have the men's relay coming up after this. And then Lehman, looking to play spoiler, their relay team, to close out their night with a victory as well. Men's relay, again, the 200-yard freestyle will feature 4 Baruch teams and 1 Lehman team. So we will get to that. After a brief intermission here, and then the women's relay. See Sarah Lawrence, senior Patrick Rao in the pool, cooling down after his individual performances tonight. Rao and the Gryphons will be back here on Sunday, of course. Take on these same teams in day 2. Be excited to see how the weekend wraps up for all 4 teams, especially the Gryphons. Hosting another quad meet before their final meet of the fall, as I said, December 6th, right back here in Bronxville, a head-to-head dual meet against York. Sunday will be their second to last meet day of the fall semester. They'll have one more head-to-head in the spring and then head right into Skyline Championships in January and the Metropolitan Swimming Championships in February. So they'll return to action against Baruch for those metropolitan meets. Looks like the relay teams are getting positioned here, ready to go. Again, we'll have Sarah Lawrence in lanes 2 and 4, Baruch in lanes 3 and 5, and Lehman in lane 6. And everyone back on the deck, officials ready to go. We will get into this 200 freestyle relay as we speak. Here we go, ready to dive in. And they're off. Again, this is the 200 freestyle. And two Sarah Lawrence teams out front with the group from Baruch. It'll be lanes 2, 3, and 4 ahead. We'll get our first look at splits once they touch the wall here. And next timers, looks like lanes 4, then 2, then 3. That'd be the Gryphons in 4 and 2, and Baruch in 3. And a drum, bringing that Sarah Lawrence team in lane 4 out to a lead. Greengrass in lane 2 in second place. Imani Gonzalez of Baruch in lane 3 with the third place squad. Hernan ready to jump in for the Gryphons, and she is off. As that team in lane 4 has a pretty sizable lead. Delop in lane 2 for the Gryphons. Swimming the third leg of that second relay team. Hernan making her first turn here, heading back to grab Julia Macker to finish that one off and anchor that relay. Delap makes her turn ahead of Kristen Zhao from Baruch. And there goes Macker, the final swimmer, anchoring the Gryphons as Delap taps in Abemayor alongside Melissa Yu from Baruch, as that second and third place battle is going to be strong. Macker already halfway down her final stretch. Let's see what time we come in with here. 1:48.12 for that Gryphons first relay team. It looks like Melissa Yu and Baruch is going to take second place in lane 3. Abemayor and the Gryphons will take third in lane 2. Yep, Baruch takes second place. Gryphons take third. And then lane 5 will be Baruch in fourth place. And in lane 6, Patricia Soriano rounding out Lehman's relay team time of waiting for that time to come in. The Lehman rounding out in 6. So again, Sarah Lawrence relay team, Amelie Berg, Hannah Drum, Ella Hernan, and Julia Macker taking the victory. Baruch squad of Sophia Langiel, Imani Gonzalez, Kristen Zhao, and Melissa Yu in second. Sarah Lawrence's Krista Burgess, Ava Greengrass, Juliet Delap, and Ali Abemayor in third. So pair of top 3 finishes, including a relay win for the Gryphons. Baruch in second and fourth place, and then Lehman rounding out that one with a 5th place finish. Looks like we're working to quick fix something down by the starting blocks. Once that gets sorted out, we will get the men's relay teams in here and wrap up this Friday. All right, the men's relay teams are getting ready to start here. Again, Baruch, 4 squads in this one. Lehman has got 1. We get a quick fix on timing system down in lane 6 here. And then we will get going. So we're going to have Baruch in lanes 2, 3, 4, and 6. Lehman in lane 5. In lane 2, for Baruch, Leo Valdivia, Greg Terentiev, Need Kojic, and Rimming Jiang. In lane 3, Lucas Vasquez, Alex Boyarsky, Ramiel Fangersh, and Daniel Vasilkov. Lane 4, Michael Guzman, Donald Trong, Ethan Abramov, and Adrian Lengyel. Lehman squad in lane 5, Andrew Damaso, Joseph Fernandez, Brahine Rosario Ortiz, and Keenan Suen. And Baruch in lane 6, Antonio Ruiz, Vincent Dominguez Romero, Maxim Koroma, and Christos Hamakiotis. They are off just in time. We've got a lead in lane 3 by Baruch squad, Lucas Vasquez and company out to a head start. Second place, Michael Guzman in lane 4, Leo Valdivia of Baruch in lane 2. Those 3 squads really built up a sizable lead here in this first stretch. Vasquez tags in Alex Boyarsky. Lane 3 in the lead. Lane 4, Michael Guzman to Donald Trong in second, and Leo Valdivia to Terentiev in lane 2 is in third. Boyarsky continuing Vasquez's strong start, holding the lead. Trong in lane 4 in second, as Fangersh dives in lane 3. Abramov in lane 4, Kojic in lane 2, as those 3 lanes lead the way. Daniel Vasilkov looking to jump in here and push the Bearcats to a win in that lane 3 squad. Lane 4 still in second with Langiel, and then Young in lane 2 in third place. Vasilkov heading back to touch the wall for one final time here. We'll get a time in a few seconds once he touches the wall. Vasilkov securing a time of 1:29.26. Lane 4, we have Langiel, 1:33.33. Now in third place, we have in lane 2, Rimming Yang, confirming a time of 1:39.98. We have Lehman squad in lane 6, or lane 5, Baruch in lane 6. That Baruch squad in lane 6 wrapping it up with a time of 1:51.90. In Lehman College, we have Keenan Suen anchoring their relay team, finishing the event up here with a time of 2 minutes, 8 seconds, and 84 milliseconds. So again, the winner of the 200 freestyle relay for the men, Baruch College group. First swimmer, Lucas Vasquez, Alex Boyarsky, Ramiel Fangersh, and Daniel Vasilkov taking the win. Second place squad, Michael Guzman, Donald Trong, Ethan Abramov, and Adrian Lengel. And in third, another Baruch squad, Leo Valdivia, Greg Terentiev, Need Kojic, and Rimming Jiang. So, Baruch taking the first 4 spots of the 200 freestyle relay, wrapping up a solid day. We're going to go check in on the pool deck with Sarah Lawrence head coach Dan Drury. We'll be back with that interview shortly. want to share with me?
Yes.
All right, we're here with seniors Kailani Talma and Ella Hernan. How do you guys feel about your individual performances today and the team's overall result?
I would say we have a good start, a very good start to the Invitational. Everybody had some powerful swims.
We won a lot of races. We had a lot of, top place finishes, which was really exciting for the team. Yeah.
And we're just going to go into Sunday feeling strong, I think.
Yeah. This is a good start for everyone. I think everyone's feeling excited to get back into it on Sunday. And yeah, it's really hopeful for everyone that we won so much today. We're hoping to continue that on Sunday.
Yeah, and how do you, with the day in between, obviously, how do you stay like locked in and in that mindset going into Sunday?
Good question. Definitely taking it easy tomorrow. Kind of just in your head thinking about what you have to do Sunday.
Sleeping,
Yeah.
for sure.
And making sure to eat your meals. Yes.
Yeah, sleeping and eating. That's what we're doing tomorrow.
Love that. Well, thank you and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, we're here with Sarah Lawrence men's swimmer Patrick Rao. Patrick, thoughts on your individual performance today, the team's performance as a whole, and just how it went on day one?
The women's team is obviously exceptional. Coach Dan and them are going on a very positive trajectory. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the second half. As for me, it was a solid start. There were a few, I lost a little bit in time, a little bit in some races, but so far we've been consistent all season. And I guess for the last time ever doing the 5 free and the 2 fly, I'm okay with it. Now, Sunday will be very interesting. 100 fly 4 IM. We're going to get after it and hope for the best, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and same thing I asked to Kalani and Ella. How do you stay in the mindset with a day off in between? How do you come Sunday still locked in, ready to go, and ready to finish this, weekend out strong?
Well, you need to understand, some people on our team are brand new, other people are seasoned veterans. But the point is, when you're conditioned to work like this for such a long time, it basically just doesn't matter. You just have to wake up every morning, practice, swim, repeat again and again and again. And then when the meets come, you realize how much yardage you swam, and then you're just swimming for actually so little. It's very interesting how the sport actually works in that way.
Got it. Well, thank you and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.